Dzień dobry, everyone. My name is. Okay, enough of that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heartbreak Dog. I'm your host today, Craig. Today we're going over the Garmont T80, T80, T80 BIFIDA, 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 wides. Now, I'm going to start my preference by saying I am not sponsored by Garmont, nor am I sponsored by Kellogg, because I see you back there. I'm not sponsored by anybody. So I'm going to say exactly how I feel about these boots, because I bought these with my own money. And let me tell you right now, for the buy, not bad. As far as tactical boots go, now also fun fact, these are AR6. They are at the moment AR670-1 approved. They do also have law enforcement versions where they're all blacked out, and I think you can get some other colors as well with these. The Garmont is a supporter to the NATO supplier. So if you do support NATO, I do recommend go out and buy these. They are an American company. Now these boots, they are made in Vietnam, which, you know what, I'm not mad about. I'm honestly not mad about, because Vietnam makes some good quality stuff. Vietnam, the Philippines, and I know there's some other South Asian country that makes great stuff. China, no. We're not gonna go into politics on this episode. Well, at least in this review. So the Garmonts. These are, if you have standard issue boots and you're tired of the hefty weight lugging you down, and you want something a little more active, a little bit more bouncy, a little more lightweight, really lightweight. The Garmont T8 BIFIDAs are not bad. I got the wide edition because when it comes to shopping for boots online, it can be a mess, and I did not have the time to try to buy something and then, oh no, it's wrong size, ship it back, and then have to go through this whole back and forth. I didn't have time for it, so I did my research as best I can. Standardly, for boots, you need to go down in size by 1 or 1.5. I strongly recommend read comments, read reviews on them, and see what people have said. I read a review once said they went down and they also went wide. So that's what I did. So I went from 11. Yeah, depending on the brand for me, I went from either 11.5 to went from an 11.5 to 10, 10.5 wide, just in case they were too tight, and I have wiggle room. Okay, we're gonna change this up a little bit. What do I not like about these boots? First off, I'm about to reference my older videos about the work boots and how those were steel toe. These are not steel toe. I was not able to find Garmont boots in steel toe, so I found that slightly annoying. Price. For as far as boots like these, tactical boots, whatever. My grammar's done jacked up today. They are not as expensive as they could be. Are they Walmart cheap? No. Are they Carhartt hoodie expensive? Yes. So what do I mean by that? These boots, at least for the American dollar, they go for $154.99. In the euro, they go for about $169.99. Again, that is going to vary region to region and size to size. What else I do not like? I do not like that these boots, whenever it gets wet, whenever the soles get wet, and you're walking on a flat marking surface like this, that these things will basically turn into freaking Heelys now, to where even if you barely do anything, like, oh, I'm walking, and then you do like, whoop, you will slip. These things have made me almost bust my face, and if I recall right, I've fell down the stairs once because of these boots, because the stairs just got mopped. Yes, I was being careful. I had my hand on the rail, taking one step at a time. I went whoop and went down the stairs. Only about 5 steps, but still. And next thing too, with that, to piggyback off that as well, in the rain, outside, or on any wet, flat surface that's not gravel, these things do continue that same effect where they slip. And it is irritating sometimes to where, okay, now I went from standard caution to, no, I have to be really cautious. Oh no, really cautious. That's what pisses me off about these boots. Okay, we've hit on these boots a little bit now. Let's talk about the positive. So, what are good about these boots? One, for at least for a tactical boot, they're lightweight. They actually do mold in pretty well. I know some of y'all are seeing this discoloration here and this like fading. I'll explain that a bit later. But what do we like? They're lightweight. They're pretty easy to breathe. They dry out somewhat. They dry out pretty quickly. These are not water resistant. Do not put mink oil on these. These are not water resistant. But they do hold back enough water, especially if you have to be in the rain all day. The soles in these are pretty cushy. I have not yet had to change out the insole at all. And it has been almost a year. Normally with military boots, you change out the insole after about the first 6 months. These, not yet. These feel pretty great. This nice hoop, it does help slide them on. If you know you're about to be, if you want just something on your feet and not tight, once you put these on and you have them laced up, just pull them or don't even pull them. Once your foot's in it, these hold on pretty snugly, actually. There's been times where I've shown up and just, hey man, your boots aren't tied up. Like, oh, my bad. I didn't even notice. It has happened every now and then. What else is good about these boots? They do have a more heavier duty version of these boots, where it does change up the bottom part, and they are called the T8 Extreme GTX, I think. And those go for a prettier penny of $200 some odd American money. In the USD. I don't want to think about what that is in euro, because that's very expensive. But those actually come with the Gore-Tex lining that makes these more weather resistant and water resistant, which also means that they keep heat on you. These depending on the socks you're wearing, actually, depending on the socks. And let me tell you, I switched up socks quite a lot. I went from just the standard issue green socks, the off-brand elasticy breathable socks like Fire River Fox socks. Those were pretty thick. I went to a lighter generic version of those, and I went to the athletic, really thin socks as well. And I can say that with all those socks and variations, these held up pretty well. If I knew the weather ahead of time, if it was going to be hot outside, I went with the light socks, and they felt great. If I ended up wearing cotton socks or the green socks, they felt great. If I knew it was going to be cold outside and I needed the warmth, I wore the thicker socks. I still could feel the ground. I still could feel where I was going, and they held heat in as well as the socks did. Now, as far as in the rain, I wore the thicker socks in the rain because I wanted the extra cushion, because I knew my damage I did to these, and they held out water pretty well. And I was dealing with a water cannon while it was raining. Yes, this is the reality of the world. And these boots held up pretty well. All right, I'm going to talk briefly about what happened here. So basically, I had the bright idea to try to put mink oil on stuff so this way it keeps it water resistant. Turns out when you go to brush it, you're basically taking off everything, which is what I kind of did. And I know if I didn't do that, they would have held up, because I even got it up here, and this up here feels like it's held up better than what has down here. Now, again, it's been a year about, and for military boots, yeah, there have been some threads that come loose. Just take a lighter to it and burn it back down. And honestly, it's not been bad. The vents on these do help, and they do work, especially when it's a hot day. I can say I've not had much bunching up back here at all, really. If you need to go for a long march or a long hike, at least on whether on the side of the road or or in the woods, these are not bad for that. These will hold up pretty good. I didn't get any pinching at all. The only blister I say I got was in the break-in period, and that was probably operator error because I was wearing funky kind of socks, and I walked basically 10 miles one way and then all the way back. I'm a masochist, okay? So that happened. The soles, as you can see, this is after a year of basically rough and tumble garrison use and field use. The sole is still there. These I do kind of like this little hook there because you can basically like hold on to stuff and like kind of just like set yourself up. It's weird to explain. So basically, I could be holding onto a hook or balancing like this on a surface or on say a pole or something, and I could hold that. So that was nice. These boots, all in all, would I buy these again? Yes, because the lightweight for the price, not that bad. I would probably go with. I probably really save up and go with the extreme. This way you have the best of all worlds, but also basically a jack of all trades and a master of some. These boots do great. You need to replace the standard issue boots. Amazing. If you have those horrid Walmart boots and you want something up in quality, excuse me, these are great to replace them. Only other bad, yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. The heel, how's that worn? Again, this is after a year of basically pivot, and a lot of just running around. These hold up pretty well. Again, I already said my dislikes about how if the ground is wet, these basically become ice skating boots. But you really do have to focus and take in a lot of concentration and basically either drag your feet or shuffle. I mean, if everything's slick, you're dragging your feet, you're not gonna be hurting the sole of these. This has been pretty good. Thump test, flat down. So not bad. So they are bottom heavy, and they are better than these standard issue boots. And I can say right now, compared to these to standard issues, I have not rolled my ankles at all in the whole time I've had these boots. As opposed to the standard issue boots, where if you have standard issue boots, modular boots, and you know what I'm talking about, I have not rolled my ankle once. It could be that I got the wide one and that they don't roll as easily. That may be. I have not rolled my ankle at all. So that is a great plus for me. That is a great plus. Especially I worry about, there's a few things in life I worry about. And that is dental, foot, and heart health. If one of those goes bad, you're about to have a bad day. Alright. So I think that's going to be the end of this review now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below in the comment section. I'm fairly active down there. I don't have Twitter. I don't really have Facebook or Instagram where you can follow me on. If you do enjoy content like this, please leave a like down below. And if you do, I cannot English today. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel if you want to. And that's all I got for you. This has been your host today, Craig. These were the Garmont BIFIDA Wides. They're a nice upgrade. That's all I got to say for y'all. Alright, and have a nice day. Goodbye.